You are listening to the Slow Living Podcast, and I'm your host, Stephanie O'Day. What if I told you that you could truly have the life of your dreams, the life you've always wanted, one filled with abundance, joy, and a sense of purpose? It's absolutely possible, and I see it each and every day with my coaching clients. It all starts with learning how to slow down. You deserve to live the life you've always dreamt about. Let's get started. Hi there, Steph here, and welcome to episode 143 of the Slow Living Podcast. And today we are going to talk about embracing a minimalist mindset and deciding what that means and what that means for you, not a minimalist person that you're following on TikTok or any other version of social media or anyone else who thinks that there are certain rules to minimalism. I want you to decide what it means for you. And it's been interesting because I've been coaching a lot. We are now in the summertime months, and so my time is a little bit looser. And I get on a lot of calls, and I love these calls. And if you want to hop on my calendar, you can at any time. That's at stephanieoday.com/mindset. We can get on a quick mindset upgrade call, figure out what has been holding you back and in keeping you in place and not helping you get to wherever it is you want to be. A lot of times it's mindset. And so if today we are talking about embracing a minimalist's mindset, what do you think that means? What thoughts and ideas sort of bubble up for you when you think about, oh, okay, all right, Steph, I hear what you're saying here. If I was to become more minimalist, what would that mean? Maybe it means you have too much stuff in your house. Maybe it means when you're looking for a pair of scissors, you can't find it. And you don't have an organizational routine and structure in place where the same things go in the same place each and every time. Maybe it means your calendar is too busy, and maybe you're doing things out of obligation or guilt or shame instead of actually doing things that you really want to do, things that you're really drawn towards and pulled towards instead of being pushed into. Maybe when you think about kind of embracing a minimalist mindset, you think there's some people in your life that maybe are dragging you down and maybe are causing a lot of anxiety in your body and making you feel like it doesn't matter what you do, it's not going to be good enough. And maybe it would be better to declutter some of those relationships for a while. So only you really know what needs to happen in order to feel calmer and to feel in control and to feel like you've kind of got this and you're excited to see what the day brings. And it's tricky because when we talk about minimalism, many times people want the answers to the test. They want to know, okay, well, if only I have a capsule wardrobe, my life will be complete. And if only I have 30 things and 30 things only in my pantry and spice cabinet and refrigerator, that I'll be quote unquote an organized person. And they're wanting that label. They're wanting that gold star. They want someone somewhere to anoint them perfectly organized or the queen of minimalism or those kind of things. And I get it. I get it. We live in a go, 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 just tell me the answers kind of culture. And I liken it to hustle culture of if you don't do things this way, you're doing it wrong. And this is how to live a calm, I was going to say sexy, but a calm, successful, peaceful life. And it's this way and this way only. And if you are a regular listener to the podcast, you know that I don't believe in that. And it's not something that I write about or coach or teach or speak about because this is not a one size fits all life. So if you're looking for a list of these are the 100 items that you should own and only these 100 items, this is probably not going to be the paint by numbers, check the list approach that you're seeking. And that's okay. That information is out there. You can find it in a Google search and you can quote unquote get the answer. But I want you to know that when you get that answer, it's not going to fulfill you. It's not going to feel as if this is the answer to my prayers, the answer I've been seeking, because it's someone else's idea. And I want you to do the things that you want to do, not check, 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 check things off of a list that someone else has told you what to do. So I recently surveyed my email list. And if you're on my email list, thank you for completing the survey. If you're not on my email list, I would love to have you. You can sign up at anytime, stephanieoday.com. If you would like the daily journaling worksheet, we're going to talk about it an awful lot today. If you download that daily journaling worksheet, you will automatically become on the email list. And that's at stephanieoday.com/daily, DAILY. So let's take a deep breath and let's calm down. And let's decide right now on purpose and with intention that you are exactly where you're supposed to be. Wherever you are, whatever has happened in your past, whatever you're daydreaming about in the future, just trust that it is what it is. And the only thing you can control right now, right here, is the present. And you are listening and you are absorbing and you are on the right path. Okay. So I surveyed my email list and found that many people feel stuck in that first kind of step of slow living, which is to declutter all that is no longer serving you in your life. And the idea behind that is that less is more. And in order to feel calm and at peace and fulfilled and present in the here and the now, it's nice to not feel like you're surrounded by physical clutter. It feels lovely and wonderful to not feel like your brain is racing in 150 million different directions and you can't slow it down. And so that's why the first step to slow living is to declutter all that isn't serving you. And sure, if you want to become minimal with a capital M and decide that you're only going to have 100 items that spark joy, okay, go for it. But I want you instead to just slow down and ask yourself what it is you really want, what it is you're trying to achieve. And it's different for every person. So the acronym I love to use for slow is to simply look only within. And I sort of force you to do that if you use that daily journaling worksheet, because the first question that I ask is, how do you want to feel today? And that's it. That's the only thing you're trying to cultivate is a feeling. So for many people, when they feel like they're overwhelmed or drowning in clutter, whether or not it's physical clutter or mental clutter, they feel frantic. They feel frenzied. They feel anxious. They feel overwhelmed. They feel disillusioned. They're dissatisfied. They're unhappy. Sometimes people actually feel depressed and kind of despondent and that they're stuck. And that is probably not a feeling you're trying to cultivate. That is probably a feeling that you're trying to get far, far, far away from. And so maybe because of that, because you feel like that feeling is so heavy, you want to race as fast as you can away from it. You think the right thing to do is to pull out a garbage bag and throw away all of your things. So I get it. But instead, I want you to be really thoughtful. And I want you to see what it is you need in order to feel calm. And so within that daily journaling worksheet, we go through the components of the peace pyramid from a time management standpoint. How will you feel calm today? How will you feel confident today? Maybe Maybe if you've got a certain deadline or a certain goal you're working towards, the answer in this section is set a timer for 25 minutes and work. Put my head down and work. Do the thing. Okay, great. How will you cultivate feeling calm and present and centered today with your health? Maybe it means going outside, taking a deep breath, going for a walk around the block, stretching, doing 10 minutes of yoga. Only you know how to answer that. No one else, nobody else's checklist, no one else's 10 weeks to rockstar abs program will fulfill that for you. You get to decide. Okay. So after health, it's finances. In order to feel calm today, what are you going to do in order to kind of pay attention with your finances? Maybe it's I'm not going to buy anything today. Or maybe it's instead of spending $10 on a deli sandwich, I'm going to transfer that money into a retirement account. Only you know. Maybe it's listening to a financial podcast or downloading a book from a library app to learn a little bit more about long-term investing. Only you know how to answer that question. Hey there. Are you looking for an easier way to meet your goals without sacrificing your ethics or morals? If so, you're going to want to check out the new masterclass I recorded on how to achieve more by learning how to slow down. I know it sounds like an oxymoron, but I promise you that this is a proven system that works. If you're ready to finally meet your personal and professional goals without sacrificing yourself or your sanity, check out this new recording at stephanieodea.com/masterclass. Okay, back to this week's episode. Moving on to organization. How will I feel calm today? So for a lot of you, this is where you feel the best, the most in control, because you can physically do something. You can physically go into your closet and get rid of 10 items. And I'm just making up a number, whatever number feels good for you. But you can do things. You can actively purge. So I love to use the acronym for decluttering of PROM, which is purge, remove, organize, maintain. Get rid of stuff. If you know that you have a drawer and it's mostly filled with garbage, dump it. Get rid of it. Don't think twice. Just remove the things from your house and then decide on purpose what that drawer is going to be used for, and only put those things carefully, thoughtfully, methodically into the drawer. The last one in the peace pyramid, and the last question that I ask in that daily journaling worksheet is, in order to meet whatever feeling you're trying to feel, if it's calm, content, peaceful, what are you going to do in your relationships today? Maybe you're going to text a friend you haven't heard from for a while. Maybe you're going to send off an email that you've been waiting to do. Maybe you're going to realize that you should create some sort of boundary between you and someone else who's kind of been infringing upon your time, and you don't like it. So maybe you'll need to decide what some boundaries are. Only you know. And that's how you that's how you feel like you're moving towards whatever it is that you're moving towards, because you've decided on purpose in a very thoughtful way to do the things that serve you, and then sort of discard the rest. When we talk about calendar clutter and becoming sort of a little bit minimalistic with our day-to-day schedule, I like to bring up time blocking and deciding how much time you're going to allot certain things. Many people have that kind of frantic feeling because they are trying to cram too many things into their daily schedule. So if you have this to-do list, decide where it's going to fit on your calendar. How long will this task take? and then schedule it in. I like to use time blocking as kind of the way that a kindergarten classroom or preschool classroom would look with a daily schedule. And if that is too abstract for you, then go back to high school and realize that okay, at 8 o'clock I have math, and at 9 o'clock I have English, and at 11 o'clock I have history. Are you going to finish the math book in that 8 o'clock hour? No, but that's okay. You're going to do what you can with the time you've allotted, and you're going to trust that tomorrow you're going to pick it up where you left off. And by the end of the school year, by the end of the year, by the end of your life, whatever analogy feels good to you right here and now, you will get there. You will complete the thing, but you don't have to feel behind because you can trust that you're going to continuously move forward. If you've got questions on that, reach out to me. I did record a podcast episode. It was episode 91 on time blocking, but I spend a lot of time, especially with my one-on-one coaching clients, going through the daily schedule and deciding how to make time work for you instead of against you. And once you have the basics in check, you just have it forever and ever, and you will continuously move towards all of your personal and professional goals, but you'll do it in a way that feels good and not in a way that feels hustly and like you're behind in any way. When we talk about minimalism and kind of thinking about that minimalistic kind of attitude and way of life, it's moving forward with intention instead of feeling like you have to triage everything and you're constantly juggling things. And if you take a pause, everything's going to kind of crash down. I don't want you to think that. I want you to trust that the systems and the support and the structure you've created will sustain you and help keep you moving forward in all aspects of your life. Sometimes we are a little off balance and we're highly focused in one area at a time, and we let the others go, and that doesn't feel good either. It's not fun to race towards some sort of arbitrary goal and then realize that in the process you've maybe neglected your health, or maybe you've neglected some key relationships in your life because you're only chasing one marker of success. I want you to have a successful life in all of your quadrants and all of the components that make human living fun and lovely and wonderful. I say it in a lot in the writing in that Slow Down and Simplify book of if you don't decide to slow down on purpose, you'll sort of be forced into it. Sometimes it's physically, sometimes your body breaks down, sometimes mentally, sometimes your brain kind of creates this hiccup and you have this kind of disease or ailment or illness that forces you to slow down. And so I would like for you to get ahead of that. And if that is kind of embracing this minimalistic mindset of, if this isn't serving me, I'm going to let it go right now. I'm going to put it on pause. Maybe not forever, but for right now, because I'm going to prioritize myself and my needs and my wants. Okay. I'm going to drop a few previous episodes for you to go back and listen to. If you have any questions, reach out to me. I'm a real person. I will answer you. I'm at steph@stephanieoday.com for my email address. If you want to tag me on social media, let me know what is resonating for you and what you are truly working on right now and where it is you want to go. And if you need help drawing out the map to get you from where you are to where you want to go, let me know. That's what I'm here for. Okay. So a previous episode on minimalism was episode 119, and that was an interview with Emily McDermott. Episode 2, way back, episode 2 is when I talk about the PROM method of decluttering, and I walk you through it step by step. Episode 8, dealing with overwhelm in uncertain times. So this is real life. And in real life, there are variables that you cannot control. There are natural disasters, there is weather, there is death, there is illness, there is sickness, there are things that just happen. And it's no fault of anyone's own. Sometimes people think when they get kind of in the woo weeds of mindset work and manifestation, they think sometimes that they have manifested bad things because of their thought processes. I do not believe in that in any which way. In real life, stuff happens that you cannot control. And that is that kind of dealing with overwhelm in uncertain times. So that was episode 8. And then I also shared episode 91, time blocking. So it's really deciding on purpose and with intention what you are going to allocate your time towards. Time to me is the most precious of all of the commodities. And that is why it's the absolute very first component of the peace pyramid. So if you are feeling overwhelmed, yes, sometimes clearing out a desk drawer, clearing out your car, cleaning out a kitchen cupboard feels fantastic because you are all of a sudden in control and you get that kind of bit of dopamine hit like, oh, okay, I've got this. So that's great. Yes, do that. But if on a regular basis you feel anxious, you feel overwhelmed, you feel overburdened and overwrought, and like you're not ever going to get to where you want to be, that's probably your daily schedule. That's calendaring and time blocking and setting aside time for mindset work. And by mindset work, the easiest way to do it and to get started is to download that daily journaling worksheet at stephanioday.com/daily, DAILY. Okay, pretty people, consider yourself loved and hugged. And please know I am here for every step of the way while you embrace your minimalistic mindset. Take care. Do you have a slow living story to share? Leave me a voicemail at stephanioday.com/podcast with any questions, comments, feedback, or testimonials, and I will be sure to include it in an upcoming episode. Also, if you found value in this episode, please share it with your family and friends and subscribe through your favorite podcast provider. The more you share, comment, and leave positive reviews, the more people we can reach and share the slow living lifestyle and messaging. Thank you, Slow Down Society, and have an absolutely wonderful day.